In this video, we want to look at solving systems of equations by using the elimination method. So with the substitution method, you would take one of the equations and solve it for either x or y. And then you would substitute that expression into the other equation and solve what you had left over. Now for elimination, there are a lot of things that you can do with this. So the main things that you can do is that you can rearrange or you can reorder these equations however you like. So here we've got negative 4x plus 3y equals 20 as the first equation. That could just as easily be the second equation. Nobody would care. Second of all, you can multiply or divide any equation by any non-constant zero, which means, of course, you have to do it to both sides of the equation. That's how that process works. And you can add, these two equations together, or you can add an equation plus a non-zero multiple of another one. So that's the kind of stuff we want to look at here. So in this problem, the main thing is we're trying to get variables to eliminate. It all comes down to this little property that says that if A equals B and C equals D, then we can add the left sides, and that's going to equal the right sides of the equations. But again, we're hoping to do this in a way so that something will eliminate. Now, if I look here, we have plus 3y and minus 3y. These guys are opposites, which means if I combine everything that's on the left side, these y terms are going to go away, and I'm left with just x. And on the right side, I've got 20 minus 13, and I get 7. So right there, I've already got half of my answer, x equals 7. And to figure out what y is, we're just going to take that and substitute it into either of the original equations. It doesn't really matter which one. For me, I look at the variable that I need to solve for next. I need to solve for y. So I tend to focus on the equation that has a positive coefficient for y. So let's take this negative 4x plus 3y equals 20. And we're going to plug in 7 for x. So negative 4 times 7. And then this is just, well, what should be a nice equation for us to solve. All right, so we need to move the 28 to the other side. 3y equals 48. Divide both sides by 3, and we have 16. All right, so that is the other half of our solution. So putting these guys together gives us a solution of 7, 16. Now, it is highly recommended that you just take the smallest amount of time to check this into both equations. All right. So if we scroll back up here a little bit, we've got negative 4 times x, that's 7, plus 3 times y, 16. This should equal 20. Let's just double check this. So negative 28 plus 48 equals 20. It checks out. Now let's look at the second equation. So if I do 5 times x, that's 7, minus 3 times y, which is 16, let's see what we have. We have 35, minus 48, which equals negative 13. So again, that checks out. It doesn't take long to check your work. And it's one of the easiest things that you can do, and then you can know for certain if you have the right answer.